Thank you very much, Lisa. And it's very nice to be reading here. Yes, I'm going to start with some advice. This is called advice. Stirring the porridge, I think of Miss Rymer's grave. She's past her century if she's not in it. I wish I'd written this, she wrote on my homework. Keep stirring, don't stop, my mother always warned. Some advice, some praise, stays with you. Keep stirring, or life goes lumpy, sticks. We're into election season, aren't we? I don't write political poems. This is the nearest thing to a political poem you will hear from me. I am a painter. Clue to the meaning of this. My easel is standing for Parliament. It has borrowed a deposit from me and written its manifesto. It promises to represent all artistic movements equally. It promises uncompromising support for all paintings of whatever colour or dimension, whether metric or imperial. My easel has been out canvassing. There have been some embarrassing brushes with the digital media who tried to frame my easel as outdated, too slow for the speed of production today. My easel has countered such critics by demonstrating its adaptability and its telescopic legs. My easel has been elected. It has gone to London. I have to answer the constituents' letters and calls. I have no time for painting and no easel. My sketchbooks are demanding to be paid as my assistants. I am unpaid. My easel claims my salary as expenses. My easel is in the papers again. It has been fraudulently claiming studio expenses. The neo-cubists are calling my easel two-faced. Students have been rioting against my easel's policies, demanding the abolition of VAT on oil paint and the urgent reduction of waiting times for Royal Academy submissions. The pressure has become too much. My easel has stood down as an MP. It has retired to the country. I shall go with it, paint landscapes, and help it to write its memoirs. This is a poem that I read rather recently at Lisa's workshop. It was inspired by irritation, really. I got tired. I get a little bit tired of all these anniversaries of wars, and every time you turn the television on, it's an anniversary, and every time you go on Facebook, it's a new special day. I think it was Thursday was Naked Gardening Day. It was too cold. I didn't do it. So you may not agree with the conclusion of this, but here it is, anniversaries. I suppose that every day's an anniversary. A criminal was born, a tyrant died, a saint performed a miracle, a hero saved the day, peace was made or broken, or a stirring deed was done. Every day is significant to someone. Every day there are a billion birthdays. Each day, a billion wedding anniversaries. Every day, a billion lovers part. A billion friends are lost or are discovered. Every moment, a billion parents, brothers, sisters, lovers, wives end their billion lives. And a billion of us miss them. But maybe we exist too much in these past lives. Perhaps it's time to say, enough. We're tired of suffering. There's too much history. Now, the next one is it derives from the fact that we live in Guildford. And Guildford makes much of the fact that Lewis Carroll wrote the hunting of the snark in Guildford, and his sisters lived there. So I've always loved Alice in Wonderland as a book as well. So this is a parody. Alice in Office Land. 'Twas Friday, and the compu lads did clickle on the scribble screens. All done wit were the bossy bulls in shirt eyes red and green. The ofterbore had uttered jokes until the air was bugger blue. The secreladies giggle-gogged at lunch till 2:30. Is it 5:30 or dirty dive? And is the weekly shummock o'er? Will compulads and secreladies go frickle at the watering bore? She thigh-toed out the greeded door with primarked elegance and ease, escorted by a bossy bull who thought she was a furtish tease. They fraggered down the crowd-rubbed street to Binny's Vino Bar Reset. He sat her in a cloister booth and fetched her gin and anisette. It's growing late, the secretary girl protested as he brought her more. Come, bibblebibed, he urged her, have a screwdriver, Peridor. And so the night went woofing by. Let's body rub, he said to her. They found a room in Palmer's Green and fiddle-fingered up the stair. Come to my arms, my bossy boy. Tell me you have no Wookiee wife. He told her bylines, spun a tale about a singlifying life. But suddenly the door bursts wide. His Wookiee wife stands roaring there, with law divorces at her side. Alice, don't fall off that chair. Where is that work I'm waiting for, that database to be completed? There's work to do, or there's the door. My fantasy deleted. Now this is a serious poem. Again, this one is from Lisa's workshop. And I found this poem that I really loved among the poems that she gave us to read. And I wrote this in response. The poem was called Try to Praise the Mutilated World by Adam Zagajowski possibly. It was translated by Claire Kavanagh. So this is Try to Praise the Devouring City. Try to praise the devouring city. Remember a quiet back street where, in grey hours, a solitary cat stopped to rub its face against your calf, and in afternoon sun, shadowed by brick, children hopped and chanted rhymes their parents knew before them. You should praise the river of workers, pouring quietly, shoulder to shoulder, into the underground's culvert mouth. You have heard the buskers singing on their virtual podiums beside the relentless escalators. You have seen homeless men and women crouched faceless under scribbled walls. You have heard the music of a score of languages in the teeming streets, the scent of exotic food, the stale taste on the air of beer and designer coffee. You must praise the devouring city. You have seen the excavators, the discreet hoardings of building sites, as the city devours meadows, drains, marshes, dams, rivers. The men who destroy and build sing, whistle, like the children they once were. Try to praise the devouring city, but before it's too late, go to lonely places where refinery towers watch from a distance the waders and small mammals that one day will be refugees in the path of the devouring city. Going back to an older poem, this is a very old poem. I studied a little bit of psychology, and it occurred to me that animals needed psychologists. I've forgotten that actually they do. Well, who else are dog trainers after all? But this is called animal psychology. Wanderlust is not uncommon among hamsters since they first perfected travelling on wheels. Schadenfreude is a trait that some rabbits, 1 in 8, will admit to with vicious little squeals. Claustrophobia is a problem for the ferret because travelling in trousers makes them sick. Hysteria is found in many moles underground, so they have to dig their tunnels very quick. Glaukenstücke is what every goldfish feels when it knows it has been revelling too much in the sufferings of flatfish who've been bullied by catfish, or the battered cod the cats won't even touch. Aphasia can be fatal for a parrot. Dyspraxia affects 1 snake in 3. Guinea pigs who can't relax get mild panic attacks, but respond quite well to water therapy. And back to... No, this is about a marriage. It's certainly not about my marriage. And marriages are quite mysterious to outsiders. You don't know what's going on most of the time when you look at a couple. So this is called The Mystery, a Marriage. She was his first love and his bride. He was weak, she was strong. We wondered and could not decide why she wasn't satisfied. We knew they were not getting on, he and his first love, his bride. And we knew for years she tried to sever ties, to break the bond. We wondered and could not decide how they endured the sore divide between them. She should have gone. She clearly wasn't on his side. Grown old, she softened and denied she'd ever strayed. She was still strong, but kinder, and they seemed at peace. She died. And how he cried for her, how he cried. He'd loved her unrequited for so long. She was his first love and his bride. Had they been happy? We could not decide. Now, we have 2 more poems, and this one is another one from Lisa's workshop. It's something that happened to me about 50 years ago, and I only wrote about it last Saturday. So it's called Incident at Midnight. Slime, filth between my buttocks, red anger behind my eyes, fear and revenge in my tightened fists. I vomit my self-disgust against the black alley wall. Her neck is narrow in my hand. No sound from her bird mouth. No welcoming stiffening in my defiled cock. I couldn't do it now, not even if she gave in, not even if I wanted to. I'm not the one who does it now. I'm the one who takes it. And now I'm crying. I won't release her. Can't risk it. I hear her whisper, "No, this is not the answer." Now, Lisa, should I explain? That's how I talked myself out of getting raped in Richmond. It actually took a lot longer than that. It took about an hour. But there it is. And finally...
And the fact that he had just gotten raped.
Yes, he'd just been raped himself by a man. So I wrote it in his voice. How to make a dress out of silence. More advice. Take a yard of the quiet of a dawn before the birds wake. Use the sudden hush before a truth is spoken, and the breathless pause in the eye of a storm to create a template for your bodice. Be sure to calculate the volume of air held in place by the lungs' alveoli, so that it stretches easily across the depth and breadth of your chest. Cut out the skirt from a length of the boundless, soundless volume of space. Now, thread a hiatus with a sense of absence, and sew into one piece. Try on the dress. Listen Thank you.